Piranha means family.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze.
Hello, how are ya? Glad you're here. Glad you're listening to this special episode. My name's Jay, and there's no Andrea right now. That's okay. This is a news update. First off, this is a podcast dedicated to the Disney Plus streaming service. We cover news, we cover all the chatter on Disney Plus, as well as rumors and movies and all of it. But in addition, we normally will watch every Disney animated movie in chronological order. You may be thinking, hey man, I'm ready to hear Bug's Life. Is it worth my time? I don't know yet. This is not one of those episodes. You're getting a J-only episode, so that's great for you, and I think it's great for me. A lot's happened, so I decided to jump in here and just kind of dip our toe into the water. But before we go way into the news, let's just talk about what's going on in life. In Kansas City, spring has sprung. There is just nice weather in the air. I'll tell this quick story. So I have a grill that's on our deck. It's a wooden deck in our backyard, and it's an electric grill. So I have to plug it in. It's a smoker. Traeger, if you're really wondering. We got new siding, and the siding people pinned my extension cord that ran power underneath the deck to the smoker, like pinned it in between the wood and the stucco, or not stucco, but the siding. So it was a big problem because, there's exposed wires and I didn't want to burn the house down. And so I decided I'm going to rip it out and then run a new wire. So I get this new wire, I plug it in, but then I'm like, how am I going to get under this deck? I don't even think I could squeeze under there, yet I need to run the wire, and there's just not a good path. And that's when the idea hits. I take my cat, Marty. I put a collar on him, and I stuff extension cord in his collar, and I shove him down under the deck. And I tell you what, that cat brought it right to me. It was the most incredible thing. Right away, I actually smoked up some salmon, gave him the skin, and some salmon in addition. And it was just like this, Andrea, come here. Look, Marty's finally pulling his weight. And so we've been cuddling him tonight. So that's my life story for you. Not my entire life story, but my little slice of life for you. You didn't exactly come here to hear that. I would hope that maybe you enjoyed that, but I know you came here for some Disney Plus news, and so let's get into it.
Oh boy! I'm going to talk about the news.
Okay, first up on the ticker. So the two biggest shows right now streaming are the two Marvel movies, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then, of course, WandaVision. Now, I have not, full disclosure, I have not seen a single episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. I hear each episode is long. It's like an hour an episode, maybe a little longer, but it's to the point where it kind of feels like a movie. I watched the trailer, and the trailer to me just looks so generic. Like, hey, here's a catchphrase, here's an action sequence, and here's Marvel graphics, which are awesome and fun. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for that. But it just, I don't know. I don't think it was for me, and that's okay. But I will say I did watch WandaVision, and did I love it? I'm glad I watched it. The ending was a little weird, and the beginning was weird, but I loved that beginning weird. I loved how it starts off as a television series, and every episode feels like a new, era of sitcom. Yeah, I think, I don't know. And maybe they did this on purpose, but maybe not. It ended up a little too busy for me, a little too many characters and not enough story for those characters, if that makes sense. Oh, well. On that note, though, there is a new Loki trailer that the world's going crazy right now about, and I haven't seen it, so I'm going to play it, and this is going to be the first time I've seen this. Uploaded 3 days ago, so I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
I know what this place is.
Is it a spaceship?
The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Huh.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound
Owen
super
Wilson.
smart. I am smart. I know. Okay. Okay.
Okay, now he's in a jail.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
This is absurd.
Sign this too.
We protect the proper flow of time. You picked up the Tesseract, breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
Why me?
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Nah.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
That's a good point.
I'd never do it again.
Loki. Original series. Wow. Okay. So what did I think of that right off the bat? I thought my takeaway, first, it feels like there's some special space-time. It's almost an artsy hotel that he lives in or he's held captive of, and Owen Wilson's in charge of him. They don't get along. It's kind of a cop, robber, I don't know, but they have to be buddy-buddy. So there's that kind of feel. And this hotel, the space-time hotel, feels a lot like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining to me. I got totally 70 Art Deco vibes from the art direction here, at least in this world. But it looks like he can jump into different times and manipulate things. I'm not sure how that works. Kind of feels like the hub of the Matrix or something. I'll be excited. It's going to start streaming June 11th. So I'll give that one a shot. I just wasn't sold on the Winter Soldier. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up again. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't even think I've read any of their comics. Yeah, sorry. Anyway. In May, you may be scratching your head and saying, Jay, Loki's all well, good, and fine. But what's coming to Disney Plus in May? That's around the corner. Well, it is around the corner. May 4th, the big Star Wars date. The Bad Batch is coming, which I don't know if I'm that excited for. My expectations are low. I think it's an animated series, which I've not given the proper opportunity for them to prove themselves to me, but I don't know. I'm waiting for more of a live action, some of the live action stuff. I think that will be a lot of fun. Now, Big Shot, starring John Stamos, is going to be showing up, I believe, early May. Might be the Friday after May 4th. So Tuesday, I don't know, May 6th or 7th. I don't know, something like that. But that is the show where he plays a basketball coach, a girls basketball coach. And it just seems that it's the story we've all heard 1,000 times, but it's so good. It's the formula that I'm craving, honestly. And I'm definitely going to be watching that one. Now, have you guys heard of the Peter Pan and Wendy movie? I don't know that I've heard of it. I saw that Jude Law is going to be playing Captain Hook, which I get. I can see it. I actually saw it because he put a tweet out and we saw him in his costume. And I just don't know where my head is right now with Peter Pan. I think right now the world loves the idea of Peter Pan more than Peter Pan. Like the original was pretty good. It's pretty timeless. Hook, starring Robin Williams, also, I would say maybe even better than the original Peter Pan. And then mistakes happen. Then we get movies like Pan. We get Peter Pan 2. We get remakes. I did enjoy Finding Neverland, which is kind of a different take. It's not a story about Peter Pan or starring Peter Pan, but more of the world of the author. And I might have to look into that. It's been a long minute since I've seen that. I think that starred Johnny Depp, or what am I thinking of? That might be something else. Okay, now it's going to bother me. Finding Neverland is a movie that came out in 2004. And here we go. It does look like, yes. Johnny Depp, Kate Winslet are in this, and yeah, I think it's fantastic. I do like this movie. So, 83%. Hard to argue with that. Okay, so that was a fun tangent. Now, what else do we got? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is maybe the real reason I wanted to even do this podcast trailer for you. Cruella, which now I'm obsessed with. I cannot wait for this movie to come out. It is a movie starring Emma Stone. It appears to be an original script. It's live action. The art direction in this is fantastic. The character development is fantastic. The costumes, every time I see this, I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTube channel Every Frame a Painting, which dissects movies by art direction, like film school style. Ooh, this looks beautiful. And it has so much sass, so much attitude, so much fun costume. Like, everything about this is fun in the cruelest way possible. So they released trailer 2. I need to look at the IMDb. I don't know if it's Judi Dench. No, I don't know. I'm going to play it for you right now. I encourage you to go out and watch this because visually you're missing half of it, but audio is so good as well. So here we go.
Let me give you some advice. You can't care about anyone else. Everyone else is an obstacle. You care what an obstacle wants or feels, you're dead. If I'd cared about anyone or thing, I might have died. You have the talent. Whether you have the killer instinct is the big question.
All right, she's talking to Emma Stone.
She thought she owned everyone.
It's foolish. Unhinged. Or you're fired. Why are you speaking?
I think you've nicked me. But there's something about poetic justice that's just so poetic.
You won't admit you love me, and so how
Do you ever lie?
to know? You always tell me.
Get her.
This doesn't have to be a scene.
It really, really does. I'd like to remind you all that I'm doing this in heels.
What was your name?
Cruella.
If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started.
I want to make trouble. You in?
I do love trouble.
You have a bit of an extreme side. Yes, darling. What fun that is.
She stole my dogs.
I guess you must hate her.
She has made it me or her. And I choose me.
Don't worry. There's lots more bad things coming.
Perhaps.
5/28/21. Okay, so what I learned from this, it was Emma Thompson who is playing this like evil fashion designer. We're talking Devil Wears Prada, clout, just so much attitude. She hates the idea of looking at anyone lower than her, and she's surrounded by them, you know. And Emma Stone is playing Cruella. And she isn't the evil Cruella yet. This is like where Cruella got crazy. And she's a fashion designer. She's the one working the sewing machines, coming up with new concepts. And she shows them to her boss, the evil Emma Thompson. And Emma just kind of throws a little like, no way, this sucks, and slices up her hard work, but also slices her, nicks her hand, and then that kind of flips a switch. It seems like that's when Emma Stone's character turns to Cruella, and she comes up with even more crazy, outlandish costumes. One that can even set fire, and kind of the Hunger Games thing where the fire transforms it to another dress. That's going on in this movie, which is super fun, I think. And then it is now Emma Stone's, aka Cruella's, mission to steal Emma Thompson, the mean boss, her Dalmatians. This looks so good. This is period piece. It has sass. It has it all. So I'm raving on this movie already, and I have not seen it. But enough about the news. Mighty Ducks Game Changers. So this might have been how I'm currently feeling about Cruella. This is how I was feeling of Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Mighty Ducks meant a lot to, I think, everybody in my age group, my generation. We got Mighty Ducks 1. We got Mighty Ducks 2. We have to live with Mighty Ducks 3. You know, we got Keenan Thompson and his knuckle puck, and of course Gordon Bombay, and the list goes on. So many amazing moments, so many great characters, and it's a story of like nobody kids coming together to form a great team. Well, I was a little not worried, but maybe I was. This new series is taking kind of a different twist on it. And anytime that you go into a cherished franchise that's been docile for 20 years, it's a little scary. But I have great news. This show is fantastic. I am shocked that this isn't leading the pack on the most streamed, most popular TV show out there in streaming world. I'll do kind of a deeper dive. I'm not giving much away because there's only 2 episodes. There's going to be slight spoilers. So if you want to go in with completely fresh eyes, maybe turn it off. But this is more or less spoiler free. The TV show is starring Lauren Graham, who plays Alex Morrow. She is the mom of Evan Morrow, played by Brady Noon. And I keep saying movie, the TV show starts off as Brady gets cut from the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks have grown into a dominant, like, evil empire. They are the best of kids. They're taking kids sports to the extreme, which I think right now is crazy timely because so many kids sports are taken way too far, and kids are pretty much, they get burnt out on sports by the time they're like 10. And it's a trend that's definitely a little worrisome. But so this kind of takes that head on. The Mighty Ducks is for pro athlete kids, I guess. And if you're not good by age, 11, you're off the team. Because what's the point? You're never going to be a superstar, so you can't play with the Ducks. And that's what happened with Brady. Brady got cut, and Lauren Graham's a single mom who kind of goes off on a spiel in front of everybody about how hockey should be fun. You don't have to be good at a sport when you're like 12. You can just play a sport, And she comes up with the idea of creating her own hockey team, kind of as the rejects, the kids that were never good. Enter my favorite character. His name is Nick Gaines, and he is played by Maxwell Simpkins. This might be my favorite character of the year so far. He's kind of a little portly kid, cute as a button, and he's a podcaster. And he started out, he was the Mighty Ducks podcaster. And then he got recruited to play on this new ragtag team headed by Lauren Graham. And slowly the kids, Evan and Nick, go to their school. They recruit more characters, more kids, more outliers. This feels like Mighty Ducks to me. And they form their own team. And Alex Morrow ends up renting a hockey rink from none other than the retired Gordon Bombay, who hates hockey. He only wants, to keep his gross old hockey rink open, and he'll take their money, but he will not coach. And this is kind of the formula that the story follows. I'm just going to stop right here with kind of the setup, and I'm just telling you, there is so much funny in this, but so much relatable as well. It is a truly well done series, and each episode, I'm going to say, is about 40 minutes. And so it's totally digestible in small pieces. It comes out once a week. So on Fridays is when we get our new episodes. As far as characters go, I can talk a little bit about them. So Alex Morrow, the Lauren Graham character, is a single mom. She's really loving to the point where she wants, obviously, the best for her son, Evan, who got cut. And so she forms her own team. And she's trying to be the coach here. She's trying to go outside of her comfort zone no matter what for the benefit of her son. And her son is really a good kid. He's very in tune. He understands what his mom's doing. He's embarrassed at times. He's also a really good guy. So the casting here so far, 2 for 2 here on Disney. You guys did a great job. Now, Nick Gaines, the Maxwell Simpkins character, who's definitely gonna fall in the comic relief, who does the podcast, he is just fantastic. I think I would be shocked if this was his only project. Like, I could see him taking off. We haven't really met Sophie Hudson yet. She is still on the Mighty Ducks, and they keep trying to recruit her, so maybe she'll come over. There's a couple other characters. Stephanie, who is on the Mighty Ducks, and she's a popular kid, can cut to the core of poor Lauren Graham and make her buy new vests. And then I'm going to say there's Lauren Gibby, who's kind of the just way out there character, who she's kind of a goth. She's into cosplay, and she's likes bringing up mortality. We have Sam, who is a kid that's nothing. He just does dares. That's what he's known for. He doesn't care about how much it hurts him. He will skate. He will try the most insane, it's not pranks, I guess stunts, for just the thrill. And finally, we have Jaden 13 Kubler, which I believe he is the video game goalie who has like 10,000 hours in this hockey game on video game, and is just a like savant on the video game. But they go into his house and recruit him, and of course he cannot skate at all. So there's a lot of other really well thought out characters. So definitely it's got the J stamp of approval. You know what, guys? I have made it to the very bottom of the list I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a good time. I hope you made it to the end. If not, no biggie. We do have a YouTube channel. Leave us a comment there. I'll get to you. You can mark my words, I will. Also, we do like reviews. You know, that's how people hear about us. So feel free to rate us on wherever you're getting your podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Next episode should be A Bug's Life. Until then, everyone, have a great day.